Hi everyone, thank you very much for watching my video and for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the subscribe button. Back in May of 2019, this year, I bought the cheapest Porsche Cayenne in the world. Well, not really in the world, but just like any small car YouTube channel, when we start, I have the same habit of buying cheap European cars, knowing that they're broken. I have one Jaguar XJR right there that I bought for $6,900. The car was around $89,000 to $100,000. This Porsche, I bought it around $12,900. I asked the manager at the car dealership, hey, can I just buy the car for $12,900 for my YouTube channel? And I pulled this price sheet from the glove compartment. The car cost around $107,000 when it was brand new in 2008. That's right. The car, when I bought it, already had 120,000 miles on it. So when I asked the manager, so if the car itself is $107,000, how much would it cost back then with the tax, licensing fee, and all that other fees? So he said it's around $121,000 just to get this car out of the dealership, and it was brand new. Well, since I'm a small YouTube channel, I can't afford $121,000 car. So what was broken so far? Well, when I bought the car, I knew that something is broken. There is no way the dealership was gonna sell this car for $12,900 plus, you know, all the licensing fee. The total price that I had to spend for this car around $15,900. So to make long story short, when I test drove it, the TPMS sensor was broken. So I spent to replace the TPMS sensor for the part itself $149 for the new TPMS sensors, and I couldn't do it myself because there was no, I don't have the tool to remove the tire. The thing about the Porsche 2008, the TPMS sensor is located inside the tire, so you have to remove the tire, take the old one out and put the new one back in. I didn't have the tool to do it, so it's easy just to take it to my mechanic and let him install it. So another thing that recently broke was either the what do you call that, the differential or the wheel bearing. I don't know yet. I'm trying to determine. I need to take it to a Porsche mechanic. I already bought the tools to change the wheel bearing. I bought the wheel bearing. That cost around $500. Cha-ching! Cha-ching! Is it a money pit? Yeah, so far. So TPMS sensor costs around $399. $149 just for the parts, and the rest is just for what? Labor, because it took at least an hour and 45 minutes to replace the old TPMS sensor. So now for the wheel bearing, it costs $195 for two wheel bearings, so it's close to $200, and the tools to replace the wheel bearing cost $399. Cha-ching! That's what happened, right? So, and then when I drove it like a couple days ago, I got the low coolant lights. So, but anyway, that's an easy one. The thing is about Porsche Cayenne Turbo, the coolant is the same like the VW Tiguan and Audi Q5, Q3. So thank God that Porsche Cayenne Turbo is using the same coolant, which is the, let me see, yep, this one, the G13. So I'm very happy that I have an extra coolant right here. And in this video, if you are planning to buy Porsche Cayenne Turbo and you're wondering where the coolant is and how to change it, I'll show you how. First of all, I'm gonna open the hood. One thing that I don't like about luxury exotic cars, it has a lot of beauty covers, and you're probably wondering where in the world is the coolant reservoir. This is not the coolant reservoir. This is the windshield wiper fluid, and this is the engine oil. The coolant, the coolant reservoir is located right here. You have to remove this cover. Ta-da! Now, and then you just have to remove this. Oop. This one back. Yeah, this thing was falling apart when I bought it. It was dirty, and I did oil change right away. It looks like the coolant is low. What I'm hoping that the coolant housing is not leaking, and I already have a plan with that for another video. But in this video, I'm gonna show you how to mix the coolant for Porsche Cayenne Turbo, just in case you have the addiction like I do, like buying expensive used European car and you don't have the money to maintain it by taking it to a dealership. This is how you refill and mix the coolant. You need a funnel, and put it here for now. And this is how you do it. Come here, Brenna. Coolant is very poisonous. What you want to do, you need a distilled water. You want to do, if you live in a cool climate, you want to do like 70% coolant, 30% water. With this one, I'm gonna do 50-50. You can just drain it. A little bit more. There you go. Now, once it's done, you just have to open the coolant. Be careful, this one is very poisonous, so do it gently.
Should we wear gloves?
No, we're good. Could you move it down? And just, there you go, and just mix it. Yeah, do it really slow. Don't have to rush. Oops. Looks like that. Yeah, you don't drink this one. It's very toxic. There you go. Spill a little bit. I'm just gonna. Now, once you're done, just cover it up. Cover it. And now you got the coolant mix ready. So what you want to do, now you just pour it into the funnel. Make sure you don't want to overfill. Kind of watch it a little bit. There is a, show them, there's a yellow indicator that say max right there. Once, look, it's very low. There's no coolant. Once the coolant hits that yellow mark, stop it. So just do it really slow. I'm just gonna keep watching it. And see if there is coolant leak, because this thing shouldn't be empty like this. Okay, now a little bit more. Okay, there you go. Do you see that, Brenda? Now we're talking. Wow, it looks like the coolant housing is leaking or is broken. In that case, this is where it's located. Do you see that? That's the coolant housing right there. Sometimes things leak from as it gets old, and there's another part down there, and it's located underneath the intake manifold. What I have to do is I have to take the intake manifold out, you know, like opening all this nice cover here, and it's right there. That's the coolant housing right there. I have to remove this hose, and I have to actually replace that and put a new, what do you call it, thermostat to while I'm at it. It's gonna take me at least probably 2 days, since I'm not a mechanic and I have a full-time job. I have to disassemble all this nice stuff. Is it hard to do? It's very hard to do. You have to have the right tools and the time to do it, and we'll see if I'll take this to a mechanic or I'll just do it myself. Probably it's gonna cost me around 1,800 to 2,500 to replace that. The part is only $398. I'll put the link, everything in the description, and where you can get the coolant. So yeah, when you buy a cheap Porsche Cayenne Turbo, expect this kind of problem. The thing is, it's cheap for a reason. Can you imagine $110,000 car for $12,900? I mean, plus tax and all the licensing fee is around $15,900. Yeah, there's something wrong with it. So expect that. You cannot tell, you know, hey, the dealer knows that, you know that. Don't expect buying exotic cars that, you know, you have 100% reliability, because a used car won't have that. If you don't have the mechanical skill, I'll just walk away from it. But if you're like me, who like to buy the cheapest European car in the world just for YouTube channel, just for fun, for learning experience, go ahead, buy it. And this is why I created this channel, to teach you how to maintain your own European car. I have a lot of like VWs, maintenance, you know, like some people say, oh, VW is a money pit, or Porsche is money pit. It can be if you don't know how to do your own DIY work. Like with my Jaguar, if you see my other videos, I did my own oil change, I did my tune-up, I did my spark plug change. The same thing with this. I'm gonna tune this up. I'm gonna make another video to teach you how to maintain this car. To repair it is another level. The thing about Porsche, it requires a lot of specialized tool, which can be pain in the neck when you work on it. But anyway, that's basically what it is. That's the update on my cheap Porsche Cayenne Turbo. The coolant was low. It gives me the coolant warning light. It can be one thing: the coolant is really low, or something is leaking in the cooling system. It can be a radiator leak, it can be the coolant housing leak. Anything can happen. Like the hose needs to be replaced. The thing with 120,000 miles car, the hose started to become brittle and start to have like pinhole leak. So I'll teach you how to fix that. I'm just gonna wait for a couple weeks. If the coolant is gonna, you know, go down again to a level where I'm gonna be worried about, I'm gonna find another solution to do it. Anyway, love you guys. Again, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Bye.